furthermore on our elbows. They are coiled, they're tucked, but loose, protecting our body. And when that kinetic wave comes up, they're going to unleash. We're not going to hike our arms back. That's very bad hiking. It doesn't get you any more energy, any more power to hike up. Matter of fact, you lose power because it all comes from your core. So you want to keep it nice and tight. This gives me more defense and more power and more speed, and it conceals my punch more. There's no telegraphing. If I come straight out, I like to liken it to catching a fly. If you were to catch a fly, you don't hike back, go way off balance, and strain into to catch the fly. Now what do? You just reach straight up. Relaxed, fast, and you just grab that fly. Straight up. Not up, hiking, not dropping and then up, straight off your guard, straight out. You can grab the fly if you're that fast enough to do that. And straight back. But that's what a punch is. That's what happens with a good, well-executed punch. Straight out, straight back. My elbows are behind my body at all, tucked into my body. And I'm never winging or hiking at any point. So as this whip effect takes place, and the kinetic energy goes from the ground, through my foot, knee, hips, my spine, as my axis, my shoulders, my elbow, and as we said before, the last part of the equation is my fist. Not my first part of the equation, but the last part. So what can be said about the fist? Well, glad you asked. Let's take these gloves off and take a check. Let's take a look at our fists. It's very important when you punch that your wrist is straight. If you punch and your wrist is tilted up, you're going to sprain your wrist. Done that before. It hurts really bad. If your wrists are too far down when you hit, it's going to sprain it the other way. That hurts. I would suggest doing some stretching and strengthening exercises. We'll talk about those later on your wrist. But for now, suffice it to say, your wrist must be straight here. You should better put your hand, it should be straight here and here. Nice straight affair. Shouldn't be kinked over to the side or this way. Should be nice and natural, but natural and straight. Relaxed. What about your thumb? Some people punch like this. That's going to break your thumb. Wham. Broken thumb. Some people punch like this. Wham. Broken thumb. If you have a boxing glove a lot, you can get away with this sometimes. People cheat it, but you're not always going to have a boxing glove. And you want to have a good form even underneath your boxing glove so that you don't have damaged hands. So, where does this thumb go? It goes right here. Your thumb's going this way. And it's going to go over your index and middle finger in a horizontal way. So, where are we impacting? Some people impact here on the weak knuckle. That's going to break your knuckle. Here, these bones here are easily broken. Some people say to hit with the first two knuckles, the ram's head. We talk about that in traditional martial arts. But we're finding out now that actually it's really better just to hit with your center knuckle. If you try to hit with both of these, sometimes it just ends up awkward and you end up twisting something. Don't even worry about that. Okay? Think about your center knuckle hitting. Okay? You want to go straight in with your punch and straight out. I like to imagine an ice pick. If you had an ice pick and the ice pick went into the bag, you better go straight in, but then you better pull it straight out or it'll break the ice pick. And a punch needs to be like that, straight in, straight out. Not looping, curving, In, looping, curving out, straight in, straight out. Like a whip. Straight and relaxed. This middle knuckle is very powerful. It's very strong. It's the strongest knuckle. And it's going to dig into the target. Why can't a pistol do so much damage? A bullet, really any bullet from any gun, it's because it's a small area with a lot of force, a lot of concentration of energy on that small point. And that's very piercing, very damaging. Some people say to hit with your whole hand. I don't see how that's kind of crazy. You're not going to hit with your whole hand. You're going to end up hitting here, and you're going to just hurt something. Focus here. You got to aim at something. Yeah, there's got to be a focal point of your power. Your middle knuckle. I'll say, how do you make a proper fist? Some people do this kind of stuff. No, don't do that. See this meat here on your hand? Almost like you're trying to scoop it up with your fingertips. And if you scoop into it like that, roll it. Some people squeeze their hand so hard they lose all their energy. They spend all their power squeezing and not punching. Some people have too relaxed. It's so relaxed and willy-nilly and just weak that when they hit, they have a big pocket. They hit here and it just crunches over. There's no substance. So your hand must be like a hug. A nice hug is kind of firm but relaxed. That's how your hand should be. Nice little hug. There's no space. But it's relaxed. Ready for potential energy to be unleashed any given moment. Well, this concludes our three-part installment about the path of the whip. In it, we talked about the kinetic transfer and flow of our punch. We traced the different destinations. We talked about punching from the head to the toe, punching from head to toe, or in this case, we started from toe and went to the hip. We went in reverse order. Well, Bob, is there anything you'd like to add? Bob? No? Oh, now you're not going to talk to me? You've been talking my ear off, saying that you can do a better job of explaining things than I have been doing, saying that if you got a crack at it, you do a better job, and now you're going to give me the silent treatment. What? Oh, I see. Oh, so you're mad about the baseball bat from Installment 2. Bob, let it go, man. So you're just going to give me this silent treatment forever of the bat thing from Installment 2. Okay. Okay, well, thanks very much for listening. Me and Bob have something to resolve. We've got to discuss this a little further. Maybe I should use Mad Max. Come here, Bob. Let's talk about this a little bit further. Well, until our next installment, remember, the more sweat in the gym, the less blood in the ring. This is Todd, the Wildcat Christopher at TacticalBoxing.com, signing off.